David from Redneck Garage. Well, I dropped my vehicle off for servicing at the local Nissan dealer. I hate dealing with dealerships, you know. Oh, you want to wait for it? No, I don't want to sit around for 2 or 3 hours while you monkeys do an oil change. It's pathetic. Pathetic. You wonder why people don't want to take their cars to the dealership? That's why. But it's under warranty, so I'm stuck. But today is gorgeous out here today in Nashville. It's close to 50, 60. It's supposed to get up to 60 degrees today. And that's going to give me time to go ahead and do some sanding and maybe, hopefully, do some priming on the truck today to get this one side finished. So I'm going to be working on that, and then I'm going to work on being optimistic. If I get that done, then I can start working on the hood and the front cowl as we move around to the other side, which isn't as bad as this side. So I'm going to get going on work. All right, so it looks pretty good. Mostly smooth. I got to smooth out that one round edge going around the wheel well openings. Now, this part here won't really be seen because there's going to be a wheel well molding on there. So, big deal. You can see that for the most part it looks good. Everything's pretty smoothed out. We're going to use a high build primer on it. But you can see that right here I still got a low spot. See how it's shiny? I've got to put a little bit more filler right in this corner right here. And you don't want to just do this one little spot. You want to come a little bit higher and just kind of scan that whole spot, so as you sand it down it's smooth, because you can see metal here and here. Then it's been sanded down a little bit too far because I was trying to get this portion. Hope that makes sense. So we're going to skim just this one little corner here, and then we'll sand that down and see where we're at. Okay, so I laid the Evercoat in there pretty thick. We'll let that harden up. And we'll start sanding that. And then some of the minor stuff like around edges and things, I will take my DA and clean up some of these little edges right here where it rolls over. You can see there's just a little bit of residue left over. I'll go ahead and hit that with the DA right around that edge, get that clear. And then of course we're going to use the primer as our last step in cleaning all this up, making it smooth. Okay, so I need to sand this spot down, and look what came in from TCP Global. My goggles! A little tight. There we go. Now I need to just find a motorcycle, like an old Harley Davidson or something. Alright, so I got on eBay and ordered these black, they call them exploding rivets supposedly. I didn't notice on the black armor that we're putting on the back corners, didn't notice it had any way to attach it if it was glued on, but anyway, I bought these black rivets to use for that. So cool! My oldest son called and his girlfriend's radiator hose blew, so I'm going out to fix that. Before I had to go out to fix that, I had to put some staples in his his headliner was falling down. Talk about janky. So anyway, that's where I'm headed now, to AutoZone, to get a hose and some antifreeze and some clamps and go get him fixed up. So much for working on the Jeep, huh? He's eating a cookie. Man, the lighting in here sucks. Look at that. Oh, the light's coming through the... Okay, I want to know who does their marketing. Does anybody think that looks appetizing? I do not. That's bad. Here at the Redneck Garage, we try to give you a little extra. This is just a little tour of Franklin. This is the mall area, near the mall. We're going around the backside. Randy's driving.
There's a recording studio right there.
Yeah, there's a recording studio over there.
Belt building.
Yep, George's old one.
That's where Dolly Parton records, right there at the very end.
Very end, right there, right there. Twin Peaks recording studio. She's a very sweet person, though, actually.
Yeah.
They're building, and now we're headed up Bakers Bridge Avenue to the Nissan dealership.
There's the mall.
Yeah, I'll give you a little view of the mall. There it is. That's the mall, the dead mall. Nobody wants to shop at a mall
And do
anymore.
you remember what used to be on this property?
There's called an internet. What used to be? It used to be a farm.
Southwest Publishing.
Southwest. No, that was way back there.
Oh, in this area.
Well, yeah.
With a
Andrew
huge
Jackson used to
water
live in this
tower
area.
and
Well,
those
only 30 miles away.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it was in this area.
There we go. There's the Interstate I-65. So if you're coming here, that's the way you'll get here. Here's a Nissan dealer. There's some NVs. Right there. Some little trucks like mine. I've got an inverter, power inverter in mine, and I left the battery on 3 or 4 times, and it torched the battery, and it just kept losing a charge. So I told them, something's wrong with this battery. So I got a warranted battery today. And I hope so. If you want to buy a car that costs
Maserati.
Maserati. That one right there, that little Bentley, costs $268,000. Do you want a house or do you want a car? Pick one.
It's all a matter of income ratios.
Yeah, and they always park cars in this, so now you got one way to get in here. How redneck is that?
Because they're overstocked.
Well, yeah, but we're right next to Nissan's North American headquarters, so they got to keep a lot of cars here. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Ooh, got some old ones up there.
Mm-hmm. So that's the newest Nissans that just came out of the plant right here at the Nissan dealership. Oh, wait, I think it's a Ford. Those are cool. Looks brand new. Here's a GT Nissan. $106,000. I'll trade my house in for it. Look at this crap, man. He just rolls right up in my yard. He doesn't care. Look, he's in my yard. On the phone, in the yard. Doesn't do a lick of work. What the hell? Alright, so I'm about ready to shoot the primer. Randy's here.
Yeah, new chairs and everything.
Yeah, I got the chairs out.
Yeah, all right.
So I can get paint on them. One of the things that I like to use is these Central Pneumatic 20-ounce disposable paint gun cups. You get these at Harbor Freight. They're like $5 or $6, maybe $8, I don't know. But they keep you from having to clean out your cup. So I use those and just throw them away when I'm done. We're going to be shooting some polyester primer. Polyester primer is pretty much ready to shoot. You add hardener to it, clear hardener, like this. We add our clear hardener to it, and then it's run it through the filter into your gun, and you shoot the crap out of it. And I've stirred it up. It was really clopped up just because it was separated. It's thick stuff. So I'm about ready to shoot. The only other thing that you need, that you must use, according to me, is you need to use a respirator. Don't spray this crap without using a respirator, because I mean, 20 bucks, get a respirator, 3M. This one's relatively new, so it's in good shape. But don't risk your lungs for 20 bucks, because this stuff's nasty. You don't want it in your lungs. So I'm about ready to shoot. Thanks to my cameraman, he's now asleep. Like a big old hound dog. He's faking it. He's faking it for the camera. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because he was just talking. Got it in polyester primer. So it will be ready to block sand once it all dries down and hardens up. That is an activated paint, so once you mix it, you're done. You gotta shoot it. But it looks great. It really looks good. I think that will do it. Hey, guess who came to visit? It's Bobby. Bobby's on no, Frank didn't say. All right, that's it for today, man. At the Redneck Garage, we got a lot accomplished. Got this in primer. Now we can move on to the hood, the cowl, and do the other side, which is in a lot better shape. Very happy with this. On this primer, make sure you give it enough time for it to dry out before you try to block sand it. It does dry relatively slowly, but it's thick. When you can feel it's pretty thick. David from Redneck Garage, keep sanding.